Hello, hello. It is Tanya. It is Tuesday. It's time for Sweet Tea's Tuesday tip. So today is the 22nd of April, 2025, and today I'm going to be sharing a paper storage tip. Something that drives me crazy. And just in the last 6 months, I've started doing more of this just to keep my sanity with my paper scraps. So I don't save every scrap of paper, but paper is expensive. And so I do save quite a bit of it. But I think I've shown you before the way I store my cardstock. I have a lateral file cabinet, and each color has its own folder. Actually, two colors share a folder, and in a hanging folder, and then I keep the packs of cardstock in there. But sometimes the scraps get out of control. Specifically, some of your neutrals or basics, like basic white, which is what I'm going to show you today, is how I handle some of my scraps there. So that's what I'm going to show you today. That's going to be my Tuesday tip, is a little storage, paper scrap storage tip or idea for you. Let me get my computer pulled up to the same screen as what I'm seeing on my phone. So hello if you're watching live. I think somebody is watching. I can't see who yet. Let me see if I can find the feed here on my computer. And I've got a couple reminders and announcements, and then I'll flip my phone down for our Tuesday tip. So hello, Carrie. I'm so glad you're watching live. Even if you're not watching live, say hi for anyone else who's watching. But I'm glad you were able to come and visit and stamp with us last week in the studio. You and your mom, Madeline. It was so nice to have her and you both here for the evening. So hello. And like I said, it is Tuesday. It's time for our Sweet Tea's Tuesday tip. And I'm Tanya Reed, and I am here to give you a tip. All right, so before I do that, I want to share a couple of things. Last week I showed a brief video on my accordion fold mini envelope album, and I've had some questions, but I am offering this as a class to go. So the class to go will include the supplies you need to make an album. It'll be the 10 white envelopes. It'll be a pack of the Memories and More cards. It'll be the black Stampin' Write marker. It'll also be cardstock to complete your album. So like this piece cardstock here. You'll get cardstock pieces to fill in as you build your mini album, and then also cardstock pieces plus punched out pieces to create the little pocket pieces as well. So it'll be everything you need to complete a 10 envelope album. And then you'll get a full instructional video. Last week's video was just a brief overview of what it was and how I put it together. Of course, inspired by Shannon West from Stampin' Up. She showed us one that she had done at Onstage back in March. And I took the idea and made it with some products currently available. And so this mini album class to go is available to register for and to get yours by Thursday, which is in 2 days. So Thursday the 24th of April is the last day to sign up to get this class to go. So it'll be, like I said, all the supplies you need to make an album, plus you'll have leftover supplies. As far as the Memories and More cards, and possibly some cardstock depending on how you use yours and how you create your album. Plus you'll have the marker to keep forever, and then you'll have a fun completed album. Of course you will add pictures or journaling on your own, but I will also do a step-by-step video for you for those that sign up. So the class to go is $40. That is shipped US. And if you're local and you want it, it's $35. You get $5 off if you're going to be doing local pickup. But Thursday is the cutoff, so Thursday the 24th. If you're on my email list, you should have seen info about it in last week's email. I'll add some more information and another opportunity. You can also check out my website, tanyareed.stampinup.net. And if you click on the events and click on the 24th of April, you'll see that opportunity to register there for it. So let me know if you have questions or if you're interested in getting that class to go. And I will be shipping them out by the end of next week, hopefully, or the very first part of May. But it's a great little project for yourself to keep or to gift away. And it was really fun to put together. So I figured I would give it an opportunity to be a class to go. All right, so that is one thing. The other thing is that Stampin' Up! Announced yesterday that beginning tomorrow, which is Wednesday the 23rd through Friday the 25th, so for 3 days, there will be free shipping on orders of $75 or more. All right, so that's open to anybody. So beginning tomorrow, Wednesday the 23rd through Friday the 25th, free shipping on $75 or more US in order. So free shipping for anybody that's ordering more than $75 or more. I will provide in the description of this video a link for that if you would like to order through me. And Stampin' Up! Once your cart reaches $75, the shipping will become free. And also remember that now with any order over $20, you earn rewards. Everybody earns their own rewards. So if you just place a $75 order, you're also going to get rewards of 10%, which is $7.50, and that'll go into your Stampin' Up! Account, and you can redeem it on your next or future order up to 1 year. So lots of cool things happening there. So I will put a link to order in my video description as well. And of course, you can always message me or make a comment on this feed and video, and I will get back with you. But if you are on my email list, you should also be seeing this information out later today and or tomorrow. All right, so let me get my phone flipped down. So I wanted to, like I said, remind you about the opportunity for the class to go, and then I'm going to share a tip with you on storage of paper. So hang tight while I move you down to my desktop. And let's see here. All right, so let's see if we can see. I zoomed out a bit, so maybe I need to, or zoomed in, maybe I need to zoom out a little bit more. There we go. All right, so you can shop with me at tanyareed.stampinup.net, and remember that free shipping offer begins tomorrow, which is Wednesday, the 23rd of April, and goes through Friday, the 25th of April, and that's for orders over $25. But you can go to my website, tanyareed.stampinup.net, and shop to your heart's content. And also on that website, you can go to my events page and look at Thursday the 24th, which is in 2 days, and you could register for this class to go if you would like to get the mini album class to go kit. Like I said, it's going to include all the supplies you need to make your own album, and plus a marker, and you'll have leftover cards as well, unless you decide to use them all, but you will have plenty of cards to make your album with, plus cardstock pieces in your to-go kit. And then a video instruction available to you as a participant. So, all right, so let me talk about paper storage. So as I mentioned earlier, my cardstock is in a lateral file cabinet. I have hanging folders, and I have, for each folder is hanging folder, there's 2 colors. Some colors have their own folder, which is basically basic black, basic beige, basic white, and very vanilla. They don't share folders. They have their own folders. But sometimes I end up with a lot of scraps, especially basic white. So for a while there, I had decided, I'll just make a little baggie. And these are for scraps that are, let's say, about less than a quarter of a sheet. If it's a quarter of a sheet or so or bigger, it goes in the original pack of cardstock. But then I end up with all these little bits of scraps of different sizes, which are great. But when I'm trying to put together a project and I'm looking for a particular size of something, it's a pain to go through this. And I will just say, this is not my only bag of scraps of basic white. This is one of several. And I hate throwing out scraps, but you know, I do want to get them organized because it drives me crazy and I'm trying to find a specific size of something. So what I did a little while back was I just took some random baggies. So a lot of these baggies are from packaging of embellishments or different things like that, or packaging from other Stampin' Up! Products, just recycled them. And what I did was I made a baggie for each size. So I did a baggie for 1 inch, or sorry, 1/2 inch wide. So anything that is a 1/2 inch wide, doesn't matter the length, but anything that is a 1/2 inch wide goes in this baggie. I did one that's 3/4 of an inch. You can get the idea now. I did one that is 1 inch wide. And I only have done this for white so far because it's the where I have the most scraps. I did one for 1 1/4 inch and 1 1/2 inch. Anything bigger than that, I did pretty much just leave in the bag of white cardstock. So what I do is, again, and you can make more baggies if you want to do different sizes, but I figured 1/4 inches were pretty good. Anything less than 1/4 inch, I very rarely save if it's not more than 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch wide. Anything more than less than a 1/2 inch wide, I don't really save typically, especially for white, because I'm constantly using white and producing more scraps. But this is how I store them. So what I do is I take my little ruler, and also if you have grid paper, that is helpful too. I take a pile of white scraps and I sort them. So as an example, I know this is a 1/2 inch because I know what that is like, but I can also measure it on my grid paper. I could take a little ruler. And again, I'm not concerned with the width. So that's a 1/2 inch. This one is probably 1 inch. Let's see. Yep, that's 1 inch. So 1/2 inch, 1 inch. Let me see if I can move this. Here you can see that better. And then let's see, this one is 1 1/2 inch. So we've got some different widths here. And this is all I do. 1 1/2 inch. I know this is a 1/2 inch. I think this is 1 1/2 as well. This one seems to be 1 1/4. Yep, 1 1/4. This is 1. Trying to get some various, another 1 inch there. I think this one might be 3/4 of an inch. Yep, this is 3/4. So this is what I do. I just sort them, take a little pile and sort them all at one time. I know I've got some 1/2 inches there, and I'm not worried about the length, just the width. And that way, at least I know when I go to grab a bag of scraps, I know the width of them, especially white, because white, usually we're working with greetings, not always, but usually. And so it's nice to have the appropriate width for the greeting. And that way you can just pull out your scrap of white and then you cut it to length, 3/4. I think this is 1 inch, yep. And there. So now I've already sorted all that. So then I'll take my 1/2 inch scraps and then just throw them in my bag. So I know that those are all 1/2 inch wide. This is one of those things you could definitely do. This is 3/4 of an inch. You could definitely do, see, like this is an embellishment baggie. You could definitely do while watching TV or binging on Netflix. These are 1 inch pieces. And I've got all different lengths here, just a whole bunch of different 1 inch pieces. I've got a 1 1/4 inch. So hopefully this has inspired you to organize your scraps. And again, I don't do this for every color. It's just really the white at this point because I produce so much in scraps. But I'm always looking for a certain size as well. So having it organized a little bit for myself saves time and energy and frustration. And so there you have it. That is my tip for today. And create little baggies. And then I just stored these in the hanging folder with the other white cardstock. And then I can just grab the baggie and cut what I need to length. And then super easy way to store your scraps. Hope you've enjoyed today's tip. Don't forget that this week Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which is the 23rd to the 25th of April, will be free shipping on orders of 75 or more. You can shop at tanyareed.stampinup.net. I also have my class to go open. That's the April mini album class to go. I've got it upside down there. That registration closes on Thursday, which is the 24th. Check out the details, same place. If you go to my events and look on the 24th, you can see those details. And I look forward to sharing with you more next week. Bye, everybody.